Welcome to Practical Research 1 in PIQ'S TV. This is your host, Dr. Glenn Michael Jameson Piquer. Okay, we are now ready based from our previous lesson after making your categories and themes and also your concept maps in our last video lesson. It's now ready to be written into a chapter 4. So the first part of your chapter 4 is what we call the intro paragraph. It appears like this one. Chapter 4 is called results and discussion. So try to follow this pattern. It will depend on your research title. So the first part is called introductory paragraph or an intro paragraph. Okay, the next thing that you will do is to discuss each theme or the theme that answers your research questions numbers 1, 2, and 3. For example, we will begin in answering your research question number 1. The first step that you can do is explain all unique initial codes and cite notable experiences. So going back in our discussion about qualitative research, after making your answers, sorry, for your research questions, it's very important to support it with literature. So for example, in this one, you have your initial codes focus on math and science and another initial code preparation for college. You have to quote specific responses from the students or your respondents before you support it with your chapter 2 or what you have written in chapter 2. This is very important, right? You make you tell something about your initial quotes, then you quote the notable responses. This one. Ito yung mga notable responses doon. Then try to support it with the theme. Your literature. Okay, you mentioned first the initial code. The second step would be the direct quotation. Ano ba yung mga pinaka-notable responses na pinaka-naaalala nyo about those particular initial codes. And lastly, support them with your literature. So after discussing all the initial codes and supporting it with the correct literature from your chapter 2, it's now time to make your concept maps that will answer your research questions. So for every theme, you should make your own concept maps. Okay? We have already discussed this in the previous video lesson, so make sure to go back in that video lesson if you still have questions on that one. So this is just one example of how you will make your concept map. Again, this is your theme, these are your categories, and these are all your initial codes. So that's the tip for making your concept. After that, you have to write your own interpretations for your concept maps. Okay, this is for the last part. You have to repeat steps 1 and 2 until all research questions are answered. So for example, you have research questions 1, 2, and 3. You have to have at least 3 concept maps to be able to answer your research questions. And each concept map should contain your themes, the categories, and the initial codes. It's very important first to start with the initial codes, supported by the literature, and then from that, you have to go on with the themes and the concept map that you have to do your own perspectives. If you want a reference, you can go back to our formatting. We have specific examples on that particular part. And basically, that's the end of our mini video lesson about chapter 4. Make sure to answer your exit cards here and post it on our YouTube comment section, in particular for this video. So PIQ'S TV, panalo ang natuto.